Ember Blaze League, hello, welcome, good evening, everyone. It is your boy Huey. With me on the table tonight is Relucent, and we are here for playoffs. It is week 2, and I always like to say it is a do or die situation, but it is definitely a do or die situation for Gloomblade or Stun Gaming Vortex. This is their last chance to stay in the competition. So we're going to wish everyone both their best of luck in their fights tonight as we start to get into picks and bans very soon. How do you feel for our teams today?
Um, I'm feeling worried, to be honest. Stunned Gaming, I don't think had a great run. I think they've had a few wins, but they're not looking too hot in terms of a record here. But we're straight into draft, so how are we feeling about these bands?
Already going into bans. Stun SGV will be blue side. Goonblade will be taking red. Going for the Kale, Echo, Syndra. A lot of focus there for the mid to top side. On the other hand, for Gloomblade, we're going to take the Mel, the Vayne, and the Silas off. So more focus for the mid and bottom. So it seems that mid is both the focus here, but then the side lanes are two different targets for either end. As we do see the picks here, I'm really liking where SGV is going with this identity. They have the Hoed, the Ezreal, the Karma. They have a really serious poke comp. On the other hand,
Uh-huh.
with Zin and Zerafin now locking in with the Ornn, they have that team Wombo combo. Play from back, normal. I like it. If SGV can match some tankiness with that, I would still side with SGV. Where are you at with both bands and picks right now?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely anxious to see what the top lane answer will be for this Ornn, as well as what the mid lane is going to be looking like, unless that's a Seraphine mid. Could be, but um, yeah, Ornn is a great pick into the top lane, and it'll provide some really great peel. But in my opinion, I feel as though Xin Zhao isn't as strong this patch.
No, it's not as strong as it is. It's more of a comfort pick right now. But
Mm-hmm.
with this Poke Comp A, you have a way to find your you find your way to stick onto these squishy characters, lock in, and just kind of burst them out with no regard, especially when you start getting the Sundered Sky built in, plus a little more of the on hit items. So overall, I still like the pick. I don't know who else I would put there per se. As we do rotate now, we see the bot lane coming out for Goonblade. It's going to be the Jin. Again, just more front to back, adding
Mm-hmm.
another layer of that Wombo combo there. Once Ornn, Orianna, the Encore, and the Ornn Horn goes off, you'll have Jin preferably in the back being able to snipe off and pop off and hopefully take out the squishy targets here on the side of SGV. Let's see where SGV goes to try to match it now here.
I'm definitely feeling more confident about the Ezreal there. I feel like there's more mobility, whereas Jin, I feel like, is a little bit inconsistent, especially with that Dr. Mundo. I feel as though it's going to be hard to get away from SGV for sure if they hit a good combo. And a Rambus Dr. Mundo combo is
There it is.
not going to be fun to play against for sure. I'm not sure about the matchup between Dr. Mundo and Ornn, but I do know that the spell shield is going to definitely be helpful against a lot of the Ornn CC. But it won't help against those slows from his, I believe, is unstoppable.
That is true. For the most part, overall, it does add another layer to split pushing option for the side of SGV. So it's not the end of the world. Going into the Ornn itself, it's not that bad either. It's a
Mm-hmm.
great pick. Seeing the AD picks as well too. And knowing that pretty much AD is the biggest outsource of damage for this team, I think
Yeah.
Ramus was a great pick here. Like I mentioned earlier in first round picks, we wanted a front line more for this poke comp to make it harder to find targets such as Zin, Ornn, Jin to get themselves onto him. And Ramus is the perfect front wall for that. Add in Mundo, And yeah, SGV has definitely cooked up a draft for a pretty good game one. As we head
Yeah.
over looking at to Goomblade, we do see the layers, we see the wombo combo, we see the vision, but you got to get through Rammus, you got to get through Mundo. With that, you're
Hmm.
gonna have to do well in lane. Going
And
into
I don't think they
lane,
have a lot of damage as well.
right?
Goomblade, I mean, they just have Jin and maybe Seraphine, but even then, with that Dr. Moonzo spell shield, I don't feel like Seraphine is strong into this. Um, so I'm worried for the damage output of Goomblade,
Mm-hmm.
because Seraphine and Xin explode very easily, and Rakan, wants to pop in, pop out.
Oh shoot.
All right, everyone, and we are hopping into the Rift now. We're seeing the placements, everyone coming out. It is Seraphine mid. I mean, maybe there's a meta where there's a Rakan mid, and I mean, I've seen it on TikTok. So if you can do it on TikTok, surely you could do it in a playoff where it's your last match standing. But nonetheless, we're going to get into the farming phase here, and we talked about the matchups a little bit. Chat says that Orange should win this matchup against Mundo. We're going to see an interesting little interaction in the top river here.
That is for sure. I feel kind of old that League has now invaded TikTok. You've seen it on TikTok. I have not seen it. It is the boomer in me, unfortunately.
Well, you got YouTube Shorts, Facebook Shorts.
Yeah, Facebook still. That's how old I am. It really shows my age there. All right, Grandpa. No, let me stop. Either way, though.
Yeah,
what's
we're
up?
hopping
Go
into
ahead.
farming. We're in the farming phase here. I'm feeling comfortable about the Hue pick right now. I think that he's a little bit better wave clear. And Seraphine early has some mana issues, in my opinion. So she's not going to want to invest too much of that abilities on the wave. So we'll see. But it looks like Foraz here is getting some good... What are those called? His little briefcase throws?
So they are machetes. They are machetes. Or cleavers, actually. They are cleavers. But they are getting they are landing them. Ooh, hold on that thought as we see the knockup. Beautiful entrance using that level 2. Add on the layer on that CC from Jin as well too, and is gonna force Rice Bowl there to kind of question their thoughts there, and gonna have to retreat back just a bit. Back towards the top side there. 4S was landing a lot of cleavers there, and really finding that poke on to Pluto. Gotta give it to him. Going with the Alois build as well too, in the pink suit as well too. That matters. The pink promo matters.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see Gloomblade here having a nice time in the bot lane there, hitting some good initiations, although Foraz they're gonna be losing some HP to Pluto. Maybe chat was right about this matchup here.
Yeah, for sure. Pluto's gonna so Ornn's a difficult character to have to go into, and it's honestly which one is an easier pick. It's never really who really takes over the Ornn per se. And in terms of health and being a tank, needing that front line later in the game, I feel Mundo definitely fits that description, fits the bill. Obviously, I would have preferred Ornn, but hey, Ornn's already picked, right? So you got to do with what you got. Also, Mundo can split push a lot faster than Ornn. Ornn's gonna want to be in the team. They're really gonna be wanting to have that Ornn Horn available while we're getting into these skirmishes for team fight during the team fights for objectives. So while the whole time Mundo just gets to push. So it's gonna really depend if Forest can get ahead. If we can see Forest, which right now in terms of CS right now isn't doing the best right now, about 2 waves behind. But if Forest could really get ahead, maybe a blunder in the top side where a botched gank gives them a kill or two. Force Pluto to go back early. And yeah, 4S can definitely bloom out of control for sure. On the other hand, if that happens for Pluto, Pluto's gonna be a unstoppable wall here for the side of GBM.
In terms of early game here, we have both junglers pathing to the top side, as well as, I believe, until they get that first mirror item, Karma really doesn't have the sustain that Rakan does. So it's going to be hard for Stun Gaming in the bot lane, I believe, in the first 6 levels here.
I think so. It's really going to be for the side of GBM until SGV can really start getting these items out. I really wanted to see a little more control in the first couple levels, but since we didn't get that there with the poke comp, we're just gonna have to wait for these items to build in. Hopefully GBM starts to take advantage of that, starts to get their items in, and then starts to starts to look towards this Drake who's that just spawned right now. Oh, what Drake is that? Is that Ocean Drake?
Yes, it is Ocean Drake. And I will say it is gonna be a ticking time bomb for GBM here. They have a very early game and strong early to mid, but if we let this Dr. Mundo scale, I think things will get dangerous real fast. So they really want to close up this game and get an advantage early here, which they have the facilities to do, but you can't make any mistakes.
No, you really can't. Right now, as we see, no one really making a move for the Drake. As we check on to the top side there, Pluto gonna be able to land a knockup.
But pretty even trading.
Right.
But Flores is going to come out on top, but they're still not done. It's the top lane brawl. Typical top lane, kind of 1v1s, but it's going to be Flores just hitting every single one of those cleavers, except for that one. Just caster curse.
Just giving them work. Just giving them the business. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Strictly biz in the top lane.
He still has ult, so Pluto has to respect that. XMB as well doesn't have their ult. So it's a pretty scary gank, if not too careful. As we head over to the mid lane there, Silent Elements has 60 CS so far. Having a pretty decent lead on to this Seraphine, as Char is keeping up, but lacking a bit in terms of CS, but so far really nothing has broken the Camel's back just yet. But it feels just like a build up here to once the once the bottle pops, it's just going to go crazy, I feel.
Yeah, for sure, especially with the Dark Seal buy. They're just waiting to have a good, double kill in the mid lane.
So I feel, though, into the Lost Chapter, I feel the Lost Chapter is a little more beneficial. You get a little more bang for your buck out of it. But I guess you have to be a little more confident, and you know that you're going to start getting your stacks sooner than later. And obviously, of course, once you have those full stacks going, then you definitely have a lot more for it.
It's definitely going to be feast or famine for Silent Elements here. With the Mana Tier as well as the Dark Seal, you got to be hitting those stacks. Otherwise, you'll be punished for spending the money in a way that isn't going to automatically give you the free damage that Lost Chapter does.
Right. Also, just the sustainability as well, too. Just being able to get your mana back a lot better. So, it's definitely going to help. I feel really I would have liked to see something happen in this top lane. Both junglers did rotate, but nothing really came out, which both junglers felt was the risk for either of them. So, I mean, overall, not too bad. We do see Rammus coming around. Will get spotted on the ward and trap. So, both junglers now on a bot lane. I do not know if SGV know, or excuse me, I don't know if SGV knows that XMB is in the bot lane right now. He is even on the warded bush right now. I wonder what objective is on each team's mind right now, as both Void and First Drake have spawned. No vision on the top side, but GBM having plenty of vision on the Dragon Pit.
Looks like he's just gonna start it. I mean, just solo starting it. I mean, mid is very pushed.
GBM knows for sure that he is there. They were notified by the pings and everything. So you do see the approach coming in.
It's going to be a very scary team fight. A nice knock-up coming through for XMB, but ulting out. Jasper opting to flash back in and try and do the smite fight, but no. It's going to go on the side of GBM. Exactly what they want in this early game here. Getting that first objective, getting that gold in the pocket is exactly what they need here to just snowball it out.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Jasper just given the leash over to the side of GBM.
That was very interesting.
Very
I think it was disrespectful, honestly, to start that solo before your bot has, cleared wave and been able to walk up. I don't know. Interesting play for sure from SGV.
Also, Hui was yards away.
Oh, yeah.
Coming around. But they might be able to bring it back here as Hui is here onto the Voids. TP coming in as well, too. So Forest will join the fray. And so
I mean, they
this
do
should
have
be
vision.
an SGV clear voids. And they're going to secure
Okay.
all 3 as well, too.
So we're gonna do a little bit of counter juggling.
Mm-hmm.
Not because we want to, but because we need to.
Right.
We really need to match what GBM is doing here if we want to, make it to the late game.
For sure. It's just I'm still a little stuck on that dragon call.
The
Like it's
solos,
just
yeah.
like we're fine. The whole thing is that we're fine. We're hanging out. It's even. We just kind of gave 1,000 gold to the other side.
Yeah.
And now we're just. It wasn't even like we were behind, but now we're behind. And it gets scary once you do have those 3 drakes and you're at that soul point position. It always becomes like, okay, we have to come to this objective now. And it becomes a very scary thought. Ooh, nice damage there from Vacation. But now the Grand Inch is coming in from Astus.
Oh, wow.
Add in at that curtain, or excuse me, the W from Jin. And that's going to win out the trade from them, yup.
I mean, I like them there, not getting too greedy. They don't have vision. So, I mean, that's beautiful work. And look at that sustain coming from Rakan. Ram is coming in, ult coming out. The taunt gonna just obliterate Aztuza, but he's just gonna get out with the beautiful ease. I mean, that's Rakan for you. And another skirmish to the top lane coming in. And the thing is that, Dr. Mooner's the kind of guy who doesn't really want to be pushed under the enemy tower. He kind of likes to
not necessarily. He wants to just push and keep on going. Pluto doing a great job holding Forest's back here. Pretty even in the top lane so far. Honestly, pretty even in all lanes with really a lead just in the jungle by about 600.
This is peak League of Legends farm
sure.
fest.
For sure.
Not too much happening, and it's really unfortunate that GBM just gave up that first drag kind of kill for fun. 'Cause it's just been very boring all around. So
you may not like it, but this
boring
is peak.
Fine, but
this
it's safe.
Is peak gaming. This is peak League of Legends gaming. This is exactly what you want to be doing, and just kind of be looking for a little more opportunities. But not allowing any opportunities to happen is what you want. But opportunity might be knocking on the door here for the side of GBM. Silent Elements does not know XMB was in that river bush there, and it's just going to continue there. It's always kind of scary there. Silent definitely did not know XMB was there. Never know. Jungler could always be there.
I mean, look at this match of the top lane. It's so even. They have equal sustain, it feels like. So it really will just be, a skill diff, in my opinion.
Honestly, it's going to be who can get the help of the jungle there. But Pluto's going to extend that stat check kind of sort as he's able to build his items. And as you can see, he's able to get his first item built. I'm going to have that extra magic resist as well, too. Through, I'm pretty sure it is the Kenrick. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right for the resist item.
Yeah, it looks like it. I will have to say, I mean, Aztus here, stopping the tempo of the bot lane will definitely affect it, which I like that from them. Pluto just, chopping the wood slowly but surely, chopping away at that health bar, but it's Mundo. I mean,
and
definitely not the easiest nut to crack.
The ult is available as well too, so it's really just who can find, who can get away from each other first.
Doesn't get the item upgrade, I don't think.
No, I think he canceled it there with the machete, with his cleaver. And I think the ult's gonna have to come out pretty soon from Forest, or he's gonna have to retreat back as we head over towards the second Drake now. GBM in a prime position to start the objective as Silent Elements is rotating down into the river. XBM holding them back. Here comes the ult, going to knock up 3. The big taunt going to add in 3 as well. The current call coming in from Jin. He's going to find 2. He's going to find 3. looking for the last
Oh.
perfect shot. He's just going to put it into Vindication. As we see Silent Elements, they are pinched, but it looks like the poke comp finally coming through for the side of SGV. They're going to find one. They're going to find two. The other side of the river, the fight is going to land for GBM as they find two. It is 2-2 right now for both
That was
ends.
just the most unfortunate team fight I've ever seen. They just like got split up there. And it's, I mean, I feel like they could have still went for the drag there. I mean, the jungler was dead on SGV's side. Oh, and it's going to be, I assume, just a little pause. But, yeah, I mean, JBM there's opting to play it safe, even though Rammus was down. I mean, that's just safe playing, I guess. It's not a bad call.
It would have been difficult for them to approach the river with Ezreal and Karma still poking. They don't need a lot of mana to continue with it. Seraphine being as low as they were could just
the 2 for 2.
Death. Yeah, they'll take the 2 for 2. We'll find the reset and continue pushing there. Overall, I think that was really good for SGV. But GBM still having that lead there in gold by about 1.5. Still a very even game so far.
Except for the mid lane. I mean,
Right.
3-0 Seraphine. That's going to do some nasty damage.
And that's kind of where that therein falls with having such a great lane there. Now just the team fight's just kind of landing better for GBM. The team comp, the Wombo combo, that identity that GBM was looking for is just a lot easier to execute. You see someone, you press go, you press R, someone else presses R, and for the most part, it all works out. You know, keeping that positioning and executing the poke comp through and through. It worked out very well, but as you saw, it broke down on the other end. Let's see if they'll be able to catch them.
Oh, I like this ult coming out. A beautiful charm. Karma gonna flash out here. Knock up the shielding, though. It's gonna be a 4th shot from Jin to finish them off. Price Bull. Beautiful gank, I will say.
It's just a little unfortunate, the vision not being what is needed for the side of SGV and just playing a little far out or far up. It's just a little unfortunate. That's going to extend the lead there for GBM by 2.2, and that's going to be the pick to go for the Drake. You do see Rammus Jasper trying to hop in and go for the steal. 0 for 2 right now in terms of stealing. As we do see Silent Elements trying to come in. I think they will just kind of retreat back there. And then, yeah, back to top side. It's just a noodle fest. It's just a noodle pool fight.
Yeah, I mean, with the Warmogs online for us, it's going to feel really great. It's just going to be infinite push for him in this moment here. And Warren here bought that heal cut, but it's just not quite enough for Amundo.
Anti-heals in a weird spot there.
Yeah.
Foraz going to just heal a lot there. That was the Warmong starting to tick there. Pluto going to try to trade to find a reset under the passive.
It's gonna be tough work for Pluto for sure.
It's gonna be a hard one now for sure. Now it's just start going well. A lot easier for Foraz there. Which still gives a lot of SGV a lot of hope. On the other side, a GBM with a 2 Drake lead, 2.4 gold, K gold lead as well too.
This lane game coming in.
Let's see if it can happen. They don't know. Jin's going to get caught. The taunt as well too, as Tooth does find the opening, but has to retreat on back. They're not gonna be they're not gonna have enough damage there to have it. Jasper going to come out as the curtain call falls, as I don't think Jin is able to get it as well. They should have just jumped on to
the Jin, yeah.
Astus, I believe, and I think Astus would have died because you did see Rammus attack Jin.
Yeah. Rammus went for the Jin first, but then turned. So maybe if they invested that CC onto
just a full commit onto one character.
Yeah.
Yep. Would have been a little different here because now Astus is back, able to get the Rift Herald
under
under
the
tower.
Sketchy spot. That's oh my.
That's what happens when you drive. He should be all right though.
Yeah, I mean, that's Rammus for you. Armor for days.
Instead of Jesus take the wheel, Jasper now is taking the wheel for us. Able to tackle the Herald into the tower. Able to start to get the plates, doubling GBM's plates, giving them a little bit of gold to help try to stabilize this lead. But still a 2.4k gold deficit for the side of
wow.
SJV. Jasper finding the ult. Jin, not a lot of mana. Does not have the ult as well, too. The TP coming in. Ezreal finding the ult. Silent gonna follow that up as well, too. Astus trying to run away, but now going to get caught. Might be paying the sins of Jin, but is gonna use Chard to escape. Get themselves out of there. Oh, but the flash from Jasper. They're going to be able to find one. The tempo coming in. The encore landing from Shard. That was a panic ult if I ever did see one myself. Now that poke comp coming in. Really starting to get benefits as the items starting to come in for the side of SGV.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing SGV coming online here for sure. With these items on the board, they do damage now. It is very unfortunate, especially with that Triforce and Pluto in the top lane. Fighting it out, just duking it out with Flores. Let's see.
It's just going to be a back and forth. There's not going to be a full commit unless either of them get themselves to 10%. But a lot easier said than done between those two characters. It is just the manliest of manliest fights up there. As we do see that Mundo is starting to close out that gold lead. I think, or the CS lead. I think the highest CS lead we had was about 18 there on the top side.
Wow, and Rammus is just so freaking fast as well, dude. I will say, in terms of team fights, I like Hui's damage more than I like Seraphine's, but maybe the CC lock of Rakan and that encore from Seraphine can put in the hard work for him.
I like it. Both identities of the composition of the teams we're going for is really starting to shine. It's really going to be who can execute it a little bit better here as we head over back onto the top side there, even with the most of the wave there and Forest attacking onto Pluto. Not doing much damage to write home about. Not going to be able to find the kill there. Did you see the 3-man rotate here? That gold lead has shrunk by about 1,000, but still is GBM's game right now in terms of objective and gold. As we see the third Drake to be summoned.
I really like this early rotate from GBM for this dragon. As long as the man's just duke it up in the top lane once more. It's just an island up there. It's just classic top lane.
TP is available for both top laners, but if TP has to be pulled, Forrest will be definitely in a better position for his team. So keep an eye out for that if it comes down to it, as it is going to look like it's going to be the
encore early coming out.
Nice chain to encore as well too. Add in the knockup. That's going to be a nice catch onto Silent. Jasper going to try to help the team out, and is now going to get punished as well too. That's 2 down. That is drag for sure. Now again, GBM at Soul Point. We mentioned it earlier. This is a terrible position to be on either end. Maybe Rice Boy can go for a steal. The smite's nice there on XMB.
I mean, just a beautiful pre-objective fight
for
there.
Sure.
And I mean, it's just so disappointing because there's so much potential with SGV, but you're just not seeing anything come out of it. We see them just get so much value from skirmishes, but in those team fights, they're just not as strong. It's gotta be a comms diff.
They're getting consolation prizes on the other side, while Gloomblade able to just be able to secure these Drakes and keep a decent gold lead here. Able to get another 1,000, keep themselves at 2.1. Flores is nice and healthy here. I don't even think Ornn has enough for ultimate to help XMB kind of hold this lane in. SGV was able to get first tower and able to get mid, which is a very important objective. But right now at Soul Point position, you have at 27 minutes, you're going to have to be ready. even if you don't want to be.
Oh.
Nice wave clear there, but it's not going to be enough. The Encore was there for the wave clear, and Silent Element's going to take that opportunity to find another tower.
I mean,
But
SGV is just getting themselves back in the game here in terms of gold. I mean, there's a deficit, but they're definitely crawling the way back up, especially with these turrets. They are able to pressure lane a lot more, I think.
Yeah, the pole comp is difficult to deal with, especially if you're not able to dodge away from abilities and spells. You're not going to be able to survive the attacks. And it's a good thing for the side of SGV. On the other hand, though, now that you have things going for you, in 3 minutes, you're going to have to now be at Dragon Pit. So if you aren't ready, if you're only a couple hundred gold away from X item that you're really needed,
oh wow,
we're going to have to hold that thought. The knock-up in from As2s as he tries to find some respite there from Pluto. The stonks are going up for Mundo, and now they are going to continue pushing forward. I think they are just going to go for the dive there. The knock-up is going. It is down to less than one plate on the top side of Forest. Starting this fight at 20% is now back at 100.
Disgusting work from Warmogs. They're putting in the work, and mid lane's going to be contested here again by Jasper, just flying across the map wherever he is needed.
My man is speeding down that river there, able to kind of hold back Gloomblade there from really approaching that mid tower. They did get a lot of damage onto it. Jin's gonna have to be careful there on that recall, as Pluto trying to just hold Pharaohs back from this tower from as much as possible. Yeah, look at that. I don't know how long they were able to hold that sustain of both the minions. Oh, nice. Here we go. Nice combo here. Oh, but the spell immune is just a little unfortunate. It happens. It happens. Jasper is also here as well, looking for that taunt. XMB also rotating for support, but not gonna fully get it on either side. While on bottom, we do see Char able to push down that bot tower and at least help even out, or try to even out the score in terms of towers for the side of Gloom.
As to just being a menace, just a little mosquito, and that's just stopping the backs is very rude. And it's gonna happen. Oh no!
Forrest trying to match the karma there. It's funny.
Little mini game there. Before Ed walks back in to push Pluto, and the knockup gonna come up, but it's just infinite healing. Buff heal cup, please, Riot. This is insane work, and we're gonna see maybe another angle here in the bot river, but I mean, top lane still brawling it out. Let's see.
Yeah. It is it is either champs fight here in the top side, but it seems that Pharaoh's finally finding an opening here. Finally finding an opening here.
Oh my, that is disgusting.
Pluto's going to have to run away from it.
And we're gonna have another fight here.
And
yes. The bot. Let's see.
Nice! Can he finally get the solo bolo? He gets it!
Oh,
the 28-minute match is finally over. That's it, guys. Quit the game.
Beautiful.
SGV up 1. No, just kidding. We're going to get back right into this river fight right now. It seems that XBM finds the catch onto As2s, but the TP coming in as well. We know who it is. It is Pharaohs. The Encore coming in, going to give them that disengage, but they did not disengage. They are not playing safe. Pharaohs is here, and you're going to have to respect the big man.
Yeah, I mean, with Forrest on the board, it doesn't matter if Rammus is down. We got a top laner, but this tread is looking beautiful. As2s with the knockup is going to go back in. XMB really pushing for this, and it's going to be Forrest down.
Really nice work there.
And they're still going.
They are going to find the nice curtain call, add in the stun as well. That's going to be 2 for the side of Gloom. And unfortunately, Forrest just pushing a little too hard there, and is going to pay the ultimate price, and that is with their life, as now Gloom on to this Soul point, looking for the secure 3.5 gold lead.
That's just gonna be, I would have to say, a positioning diff there. I
Oh
really
yeah.
think that they played that team fight really well on the side of Gloomblade, and it really paid off for them to kind of kite it out a little bit and then go back in when they thought that they were in the clear.
Yeah, I thought they were in the clear as well too. Unfortunately, they were not, and it is what it is. But it's small things like that, and it's small moments like that that build up time after time, which is now giving Gloom such a crazy lead here. Cloud Soul secured. We have a 3.5 80k gold lead. Items are built in as well too. Our mid and jungle has not died yet. 3-0-6, 4-0-3 as well. This is looking like a game one to the side of Gloom. Now SGV playing their game. They're gonna have to wait for Gloom to drop the ball, and if they don't drop the ball, they're gonna have to be looking towards the look towards the board for game two to figure out what happened here and what
Yeah,
went
I mean,
wrong game one.
think that SGV just got a little overzealous there in the river fight there. Forge was like, I take this. But unfortunately, you don't take
No ult either.
everything.
Yeah, no ult either.
And so I think that if they have both Rammus and Forrest in this fight, that they can do a lot more peel action that they were looking for. But unless that happens, oh, then Jasper's going to go in there. I think Jasper's just so overzealous for these plays. I think he's just, like, desperate to grab at cards here. Pluto gonna another top lane brawl action. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Jasper is itching for plays, and it's nipping it in the bud, I would say.
Yeah, you're really you're hungry for them, but you're not looking for the optimal plays. You're trying to grab, you're grasping at everything, anything. Also, well, not this time, but multiple times before, have used Flash and kind of just leaving yourself kind of hanging. The ultimate is on a pretty fast cooldown, but either still, even when you're going for these plays, if nothing's happening, you're just wasting time that could have been used being farmed, getting other things done across the map.
I like how SGV is playing the map. They're definitely pressuring all these lanes here, which is great to see. They have jungle presence from Rammus. So, I mean, they're playing the map correctly here. It's just when we have those objectives up, how do we win those fights?
I'm not too sure. 3.6k gold lead. You gotta say the gold lead is really in terms of just the jungle right now. XMB just being everywhere that they need to be in terms of objectives and in the lane, getting their mid laner where they are now and getting those objectives to have Soul already at around 28 30 minutes. Can't ask for much more right now.
Yeah, I mean, Xin Zhao is definitely one of those characters that's feast or famine. You have to be really great at that positioning. Otherwise, you just get perma-punished, whereas Rammus can get away with a lot more. But I think that it gives him this advantage of, you know, being more careful about where we place these team fights and how we play them, which we've seen from Gloomblade, which I think has won them some of these fights about this positioning issue. But that was Soul. They have Soul on the board, so...
Yeah, I mean, like we say, you have 4 chances. You had 4 chances to at least stop one of them, and it just it's not there, unfortunately. So, what else are you gonna do? You still have Forrest, a huge threat, a 1.3k gold lead onto his side, but it may be a little too late. Yeah, it may be a little too late now. Pluto able to get the big items in. That Cloud Soul helping him bob and weave and keep himself fast. It's going to be a little difficult either way. As Jasper going to retreat back on that approach with Forez coming around.
Sketchy stuff happening in that jungle. Do not like that.
It's going to be a tough one for SGV to try to get back into. But it's not the worst deficit. It might be a catch here. This might be what they need to get themselves in. Jasper finding the taunt, but as Tooth going to escape, the ult from Silent Elements going to land but the despair not as sad as you would think. That was
Mm,
onto Astus as well too.
yeah. They really wanted that pick onto Aztooth, but just did not get it. Invested, what, two ults there for that, and it just didn't happen. So kind of unfortunate for them, but luckily there's no major objective up except for Baron, which you just don't force at this time if you're SGV.
I mean, shoot, you might now. You know that two ultimates are down. You don't really want to wait for this Shrike. I guess that is what they're going to do with only about 30 seconds left. They're going to force them out of the pit here.
This could be game point here with this Elder on the board. If they get this Elder and manage to clean up a team fight, that would be detrimental for SGV. But it looks like they're going to contest by pressuring mid here, which I like. The Encore not going to hit anything, though, and it's going to be Jasper falling early. Once more, Pluto in the fray, but it's just going to be 4 shots hitting and so much damage coming out. Wow. Oh, but Floyd is still in there. Holy.
For sure. And Foraz is the raid boss. Unfortunately, the damage is not behind the front line. That is going to be 3. And now they're going to set their sights on the Zelda. And we are now definitely looking at the final moments here. As Gloomblade is going to close out this game 1. Again, it's going to be on them to drop the ball here. And adding on the Elder Drake buff plus an extra 3k, I don't really see them dropping the ball anytime soon. 5 Drakes secured. 5 Drakes of this game. Well played to XMB having that objective secure there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 4-0 and 6 Seraphine with Elder is a nasty beast to reckon with. Just all that burst damage on top of Elder, disgusting. A good root coming in, the knockup gonna come through, and that's just an explosion of damage. Rice gonna be falling next, and Jasper is just gonna have to not associate, and we're storming down mid.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect call here. We have Elder, 2 are down. We can now just set our sights onto tearing down this base. No reason to split away. A little unfortunate that there isn't a wave to help clear this one, but there is one here. We may, just because of death timers, just resort to grabbing the inhibitor and Baron, but maybe just now just set their sights straight for it.
I mean, with the waves not coming in, they don't have enough. Yeah.
No reason to risk it, and
especially with Fours on the board. Four is just like a mighty front line. So we'll see the Baron play coming in, a TP from Hui to come and contest. But I don't know, with the full team on the board, if this is going to be worth fighting for on the side of SGV. Is this a last stand here for this fight?
No. Unfortunate. Close but no cigar. His last chance to find a steal. 6 for 6 for the side of XMB on terms of secure. The Elder Drake buff still up and running, so that's going to wipe 3 off the board for SGV. The Baron buff gonna give Gloom that bit of push power that they needed. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be moving to game 2 very soon. As soon as Gloom can unlock this one in.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very dire. There's really not much that they can do at this point. With this heavy hitting Baron raiding the mid lane, it's just gonna be GG's, guys. And I will have to say, beautifully played all around. To front, to mid, to back. It was just a masterclass from Gloomblade. I have to say.
From beginning to middle to end, Gloom finally finds the win. GG's, well played to the boys here. 1 away from keeping their playoff position secured. 11,000 gold lead on on blue side. Gotta give it to them. Overall, the entire team did very well. What can Blue Side do to figure it out? Excuse me. What can they do to figure things out? They have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to figure it out. They have 2 games left, possibly only 1, to keep their playoff dreams alive. Can they do it? We will find out soon after we come back from our break. Don't go anywhere, Ember Esports. We will be right back.
Hello, everyone, and we are back with what looks like the same bans from last time. We got the Mel, the Vayne, and I guess the Silas, which wasn't banned last time, off the board, as well as the Syndra and the Kale. And we're going to see a Zahin first pick right off rip from Gloomblade. I like this pick. I like Zahin. However, with his changes, he isn't like the most strong champion, and I have to say, from what I've heard from players who like to play Zahin, his ult is kind of cosmetic. Although he is, CC immune, like that's the best part of the champ. He doesn't really get much damage from that ultimate. But yeah, I'm going to see a Zahin, which could be flex, jungle, or top, and maybe that's a strategy. Maybe both the jungler and the top laner play this, and they're going to play it where it's best. But it looks like a nun pick from Sun Gaming Vortex. I don't think that's allowed, but I
What's not allowed?
It's an invisible twitch. Perhaps.
Invisible twitch. Oh, right. Oh no, it's just it's a Teemo. It was a Teemo pick. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we are back. Thanks for holding us down. Appreciate it. Gloomblade up 1 right now. They will be taking blue side. Zaheen is locked in. I love me the Zaheen pick. It is a huge top lane threat. We saw how well Pluto uh piloted uh piloted
Mundo.
Ornn
Oh,
from
Orn.
Gloom. Yeah, from
Yeah.
Gloom. So it was Pluto. They did great on Ornn, and Ornn doesn't really do a lot of damage, but did
Yeah.
very well in terms of frontline. So now we
Ooh.
have Zaheen, a super sick fighter, ready to go, ready to cook. I can't wait to see what they do with the Jinx as well too. This is looking like to be a very explosive comp. We just
Mhm.
got word from upstairs as well too. It is going to be the Maokai pick, first pick for the side of SGV with the Corki. So assuming that's going to be the Maokai Corki pick in the bottom.
As a Scion top, it looks like. So it'll be a Zahin jungle, which I actually prefer. In my opinion, I feel like
True.
Zahin, he's kind of in this weird spot right now in terms of damage. Where if he doesn't get his stacks right away, it can be rough. And we're gonna see a Gwen hover here, which is very much the tank shredder of the century. I mean, not just the anti-tank. So that's a direct counter pick coming from Stun Gaming. So hoping to see an advantageous top lane this time for the side of Stun Gaming. And we see the Jinx pick. Jinx was banned last time, so they evaded that ban this time by picking early. Which is, whenever I see Jinx on the board, I'm scared. That's just,
Right.
you never want to get to late game with the Jinx.
Yeah, 3 items. It's just like getting the 5 pieces of Exodia. It is game over. If that lady gets excited, she will break down all the walls in your team. The Gwen is a great pick from the side of SGV, though. You know that Scion is most likely going top, even going
Mhm.
into the Zaheen as well. Worst case scenario.
It's interesting to
Still
see
a
the
good
Viego
matchup.
ban when we have that Maokai picked already. Especially since, you know, Gwen is on the board, so you know that Maokai is probably jungle.
Most likely
But we're gonna.
support, honestly.
I
I miss the
mean,
days. I miss the days Maokai's jungle
I just
Maokai top.
casted a game that had a Maokai jungle, so
Man, I miss it.
maybe it's coming back. Who knows? But we'll see. I mean, it's definitely another one of those roles that flex a
Right.
Veigar coming from Stunned Gaming. Interesting pick. I don't love the way Veigar is feeling in the meta right now. He's just so immobile, it feels like.
It's a comfort pick. Right now, it's do or die. Instead of really going for the meta, go with what you know best and what you do best. And
For sure.
that's what you do. If Viger is what you do best, by all means, I want you at your 100%. So you can be like, well, I gave it my all, and you don't have any regrets there. And also, very easy ultimate to cast as well, too. Still a point and click. With the Maokai ultimate, you add the cage as well too. You can easily take down a excited Jinx or Talia here, as we see is going to be locked in for
Mhm.
Gloomblade.
Yeah, the Telia pick is interesting. I do believe that's gonna be a mid lane pick. Um, against a Veigar, I feel more comfortable with the Talia against Veigar. I prefer it. But yeah, Veigar does have the big FU button, similar to Mel, that was banned out, I assume, because that's what they like to play. So in that sense, they both have that kind of quote unquote execute going on. We're gonna see an Ari ban, and I think, yeah, I mean that's definitely an eco support.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
so we'll see with this last pick. It's gonna be Nami. So yeah, it's gonna be Maokai Jungle. Congrats, Huey, you got your wish.
yeah, yeah. This is it's just where Maokai is at. I miss where he really had the stats to be a top and a jungle pick. I like where he is in the jungle, but again, this is going more for a comfort pick.
It also could be Gwen
Honestly,
Jungle. I mean, those
that'd be a little weird.
two.
But
I've
I
seen
mean,
some
it
Gwen
is
Jungle.
no, it's possible. Either way, though, it is very easy CC for Viger to land his ultimate, also his burst as well too. Corky just has to aim it right down the sights for the machine gun to tear them down. I like this. for SGV. Overall, though, Gloomblade is just looking like a well-oiled machine, and it's looking very, very strong.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how you're feeling though.
I mean, with Zahin and Sion on the board, along with the CC from Talia and Nico, it's very much protected President Jinx.
Yeah.
She can just sit back and just shoot. But at the same time, I really like the Gwen and the Maokai. I think Gwen can nix a lot of that damage with her Shroud. So I don't know. I really can't speak too soon, but in terms of early matchups, Gwen is gonna have some fun against the Sion, but it also is, one of those skill checks. Playing Gwen into a Sion with the slows and the CC that he has. Either you can capitalize on it because of how slow he is, or it can be your downfall as well in that matchup. So I'm excited to see that. Mid lane, probably a snooze fest for Veigar. He just wants to get his stacks.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about bot lane?
Bot lane. I gotta say again, Goomblade, falls. Corki's great. Nami's great. Jinx, Nico, a lot easier to pilot. I would feel. We gotta remember where we are. We are in ISBG. Or excuse me, I think we are Emerald, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I'm all over. I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. But we're like about in the middle of the pack. It's just I always feel the terms of characters that are easier to execute. Those are less things on you to have to deal and have to do. So overall, just being able to lock in, you land the Nico, you land the Nico stun, or excuse me, the Nico root, and all of a sudden you add the chompers onto Jinx, and now it's a wrap from there. And once, like we said, you get 2-3 items on the Jinx, it's nigh unstoppable there. Corki, you got to be able to position yourself properly. A lot harder to position yourself in team fights. You do have Valkyrie to escape. Also, just getting the rockets down. Have to land rockets as well, too. It's just a lot harder to execute. But with that being said, it is Stunned Gaming Vortex's possible last game here in Ember Esports. Hopefully, it is not, and we can get to a game 3. But let's see if they can do it first. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 will be on the way.
To this light, every loss that we carried prepared us to fight. Kool-Aid was never the team they believed, but the ones they doubted most are the ones who achieve. The vortex is coming, we know what they bring, but we sharpened our blade for exactly this thing. One more game, one more chance to breathe. We built is on the line tonight. Decides who gets to. Standing on the embers, no safety, no safety. Kool-Aid and vortex in the only place they know. One dream burns red, one must let it go. Standing on the embers, heart racing in the flow. When only one remains, tonight we play nothing stays the same. We are the current that moves without sound. Every team in our path got swept off the ground. Gloomblade is hungry, we respect what they've done, but hunger alone doesn't mean that you've won.
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Gloomblade is one away from keeping their playoff position alive. SGV still needs two. If I was anyone, I would be feeling better if I was on blue side right now. But let's hope SGV went back to the drawing board and figured something out. And I gotta say, beautiful camera work from the greatest himself, the boy Last Revenant. It is your boy Huey. With me, it is Relucent, and it has been a crazy set. A crazy series so far, and game 2 is just on the way for us now.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a comfortable matchup for us in the top lane, but I am worried XMB on that Zahin is going to be a thorn in the side of SGV for sure. I mean, that's just textbook. I mean, you saw him on the Xin Zhao, and I mean, Zahin is one of those abusers as well, with a nice bit of CC and just the greatest pass of all time. Free
For
GAs.
Sure. He's evil. He's going to do a lot of work. I am excited to see. He was, I would have to say, pretty much the rock for Gloomblade, securing 5 Drakes out of 5, 1 Baron out of 1. Those are great stats going into game 2. I would be feeling pretty confident myself. Now in a stronger, I would say way stronger character. We're gonna have to hold that thought there as the machine gun starts to rip for Vacation. Big damage onto S2s. They will keep themselves alive. But SGV starting to set the pace there in the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful work early from the side of SGV. I was a little bit worried because of the poke damage potential from Azatus, but Vacation holding it down with that beautiful 80 damage. And it's gonna be kind of a skill matchup from Rice Bowl and Azatus here. I feel as though Nami Bubble's a little bit easier to hit than those Vines, but if Rice Bowl can get that value from those bubbles, it will surely give them an advantage in this early game. But Foraz here, clipping away onto Pluto. And I mean, that Shroud really isn't going to do much because Pluto is just a melee champion.
Yeah, they're just going to tank just about almost everything there.
Wow.
And yeah, Pluto really just, again, after winning that game 1, you really when you go into a match and you play more than one game with someone, you really start to get very comfortable and you really start to learn where and how another person plays. So as long as you continue playing that way,
an early game from Jasper though.
Let's see if it will help. Pluto does not have a lot of mana. They may just have to try to turn. The flash is going to go. First blood going to land for the side of SGV.
Wow,
kind of
beautiful.
Surprised.
I'm actually so happy about this adjustment.
Oh
my, almost going to fell for us, but just barely gonna get away with a little bit of HP. I have to say, I'm glad to see this adjustment from the side of SGV. I mean, those early ganks are exactly what we wanted to see as an adjustment from, because there wasn't a lot of action in their early game. But we're seeing more this time. We're active. Jinx taking so much damage, having to force barrier. Barrier gonna be seen for Vacation as well, just kiting them down back to their tower as Tush trying to push them away. It's going to be low mana for Rice Bowl, and that is the play. But Jinx is going to have to stay because, I mean, it's early levels. You cannot give up this XP right now.
Especially the way the wave is, that would be frozen on their side forever. The Valkyrie pushing forward, the machine gun going. He finds the phosphorus bomb as well, too. We said earlier the execution is what's going to matter here in this bot lane. And they're doing a great job so far. Vacation making me eat my own words here. But I love to see it. Well played, getting that. I can't really per se say solo kill, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Stunned Gaming making some really great adjustments here, being more aggressive in this early game, which I love. And Fours here feeling good after an initial good little top kill. So Stunned Gaming here has a tiny bit of an advantage in the early.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. As we can see, the gold lead is about 700 right now. It is a lead, to say the least. Definitely can bloom into a lot more dangerous. The first Drake will be spawning, or has spawned already, and it seems SGV is setting their sights onto it now. Now we see Jasper pushing forward onto it early. Now, without it being completely lit up like a Christmas tree, so shouldn't just give it over to Gloom for free, and hopefully be able to secure an early objective for their team without contest would be great.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's interesting to see this tier buy again from Char. We saw it on the Seraphine, and we're seeing it again. And you know what that tells me? No flame. That tells
Yeah.
me you're a newer character, like new player, because
Oh,
mana is all about, cooldowns and, managing how much you're using your abilities and when and where. Whereas, newer players who like to spam their abilities usually buy it, but that's going to be a stun coming out and a first kill for Silent Elements in the mid lane there. Beautiful work by XMB. Going to go for a play of their own to CC Moon coming out. Pluto dangerously low before is airborne, and that's going to be one kill before maybe falling?
they definitely should
Okay,
get that one there.
yeah.
I think XMB was trying to pass it over, but got a little worried that they may be able to escape, so locked it in. Gloomblade able to find at least one into their pocket, but SGV and also Jasper doing a way better job at this game of two. Like you mentioned, the adaptation from this team is looking a lot better, and they definitely got into that locker room and definitely definitely came out better on top after the break.
Some really great adjustments. Exactly what you want to see from a competitive team is, learning from those mistakes and going back into the game with a fresh mindset here.
Ooh,
A
nice
great route
lockdown
coming
there.
out. Okay.
Let's see if they're gonna be able to
Don't have the damage early,
capitalize
though.
on it.
It's going to be really rough for the bot lane, I think. Jinx doesn't quite have the damage yet. Doesn't have any... I mean, with the Sheen online for Vacation versus just a little moat on the side of Jinx, it's not going to have the same damage output here. You're going to be punished both. Wow, I mean, the ult going to be pushed as well as the barrier being forced. But, I mean, who's coming out on top here in the bot lane with that
It's
trade?
not over just yet. It's really going to be dependent on who gets to stay. As Two's having the damage and the burst as well too later is great and all, but being able to keep Vacation sustained and well is really being really just kind of outshining here for the bot lane in SGV. As you can see, as Toos and Jinx ran out of pots here, even opting to buy the refillable there, and is now kind of still in a very terrible position. They can't really fully commit out towards Rice Bowl and Vayne, who now are definitely in a comfortable position here as we head over to the top side there. Nice use of the Scion ult to get himself out of danger. The Valkyrie pushing forward.
Wow.
Vacation getting
Taking
into damage.
2 tower shots.
Right. That was a lot there. I think was going for the Void Grub passive now to have a minion come out and take the shot, but unfortunately just was a little off on the execution there.
Even
Jinx
then,
very
the Nami hill, I think the sustain from Nami proving to be a mighty factor in this bot lane as well, and we're gonna see 2 people angling for this bot lane, maybe, but maybe just the presence alone will be enough to keep the push from going too far.
Talia was seen on a ward there. Zaheen, on the other hand, I don't think they are aware of XBM being here, and now Valkyrie gonna push forward there. The knockout coming in from Astus as well too. The rocket and the barrier, it was looking fantastic, and if it was only just them, it would be it. but Vacation will fall to S2's. Jasper going to be a little late there for the fight. Char coming in as well, looking to cut everyone off with the Weaver's Wall. No escape. Gloom going to find 2, and now Pluto on the top side looking for the 1v1, gets the solo bolo.
No way! Oh!
Doesn't matter. We have passive.
Okay.
Oh, nice dash! 4S. Oh, is so goated, and doesn't let it be a three-man play across the map.
Beautiful rotates from Char.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful across the map for Gloom, except for the little solo on the top lane, but that's just the island. Nobody cares about the island right now, right, guys? Scratches my head. But yeah, beautiful play in the bot lane. And that's exactly what you want to see from the defending first matchup winners, you know? But we're gonna see a fight again, I think, for this this Dragoon.
I think it is definitely necessary. Ooh, Vayne is just a little far too up. The Chomper's going to land and put down a lot of damage in a rocket form as well too. The Mega Rocket going to find its mark. Gloom, Jinx.
Quick work.
Yeah, really nice work there. Also now going to give SGV the time to find a Drake and secure it. Now 2 Drakes up, but Gloom stabilizing their gold and just about evening things out. SGV winning in a Drake and in Voids, but everything else is just about even.
Wow, that's a lot of damage coming from S2's there. One little drop, and that is quarter of the HP.
Surprised to see Oblivion or not the first item for S2's here. As you kind of have to adapt and get that anti-heal faster, a lot sooner than later, especially with Jasper as well, able to keep their sustain up through their passive. So a little difficult. I don't know. I do like the alternator. I don't know. I think the Phoenix Codex. Ooh, this might be a good approach here. XBM finds Silent. He's going to ult as well too. Char in the lead, but now is going to fall to the gate. Big damage trade from Silent. He's going to waddle away, and yeah, going to find a reset between both teams here.
But I mean, that's 2 ults invested by SGV and nothing to show for it. I mean, we popped the Veigar ult as well as the Tangling Vines and didn't get anything from it. So that's 2 cooldowns that they have to deal with now. Char still has that wall and a good amount of damage.
It's a little rough here for our side here. Getting a little fried on our end. Nice
but there's damage
lead.
happening in the bot lane.
Hold on.
You did well for a monkey.
Okay, now we're back. Sorry about that day. It was looking a little choppy there for me, but I think things are good now on my end. It didn't seem like we didn't miss out too much on it.
Yeah, nothing quite happening. Just going back to farming as one does. I mean, that's kind of important. You don't ever want to get down on farm, even though it can be fun to run mid. This is organized play, guys. And a beautiful Shroud to counteract that CC. It's going to be a calm before the storm as we wait for an objective to come up.
Yeah, it's going to be a slight pause in the action here. As it did seem that SGV had the homework assignment understood, but Gloom also adapting to SGV's adaptation. This is great on both sides here. As we see the Nature's Grabs going to come down, the Weaver's Wall going to cut off the support here but from SGV, so it is only 2 members, as they are going to have to retreat back here. But now As2's going to walk blind into
Wow.
that tri-bush
Oh,
and pay the
my.
ultimate price. And
Now,
yeah,
why
it's a
would
little
you do
unfortunate
that? That
It's- You think it's safe. You think you're safe. You think it's
there's no way
fine.
that would be safe. We just saw them river.
They're like, surely they're not going to just rotate to tri-bush. I could
Yeah,
be able to put a ward in and make sure, right? No. Nope, nope.
A lot of damage in the mid lane there, and with the wall out here, I believe that Vega's gonna have that ult advantage in the lane. We're gonna see a fight for the rift coming out. XMB in a sticky position. You're gonna have to flash out, but it's not gonna be enough as Silent Elements, I believe, invests that ult for the kill.
It's gonna be a great pickup here. Now a 1,000 gold lead. Now about 700 now. But Drakes are up, and objectives was the name of the game for game 1. So as long as SGV continues in this direction, they should be completely fine in tying things up. We may be looking, or we may be looking forward to our game 3 here.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good, but on the side of Gloomblade, I'm afraid of that Jinx.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can never count them out, for sure, especially with Pluto, gonna be able to just frontline forever. And, I mean, once Jinx gets those items online, she's just gonna shred Jasper and friends.
Mm-hmm. Able to secure the Herald here as well. Going to just take it right into that mid tower. Put a decent
I've
amount
seen
of
this film
damage
before.
here.
Jasper getting punished
yeah.
once more. Please walk away. It's gonna have to press that ult to get away, but he's gonna go back in. The pop vine's gonna come out as Toos in there, and it's gonna be a stun for. And it's just it's gonna fall apart. Okay, guys. Okay,
Watching the trigger
interesting
pulled
play there. I mean, I liked the reactive plays, but again, having to invest ult there to get out of being punished for taking that rift, I don't even know, man.
I think it's fine here. It's keeping Gloomblade on their toes, and they can't really find a they really can't find a foundation to really set their feet in. As you can see, that Rift Herald was able to put a lot of damage into mid lane. They were scattered, and they used ultimates and had to recall. They weren't able to secure kills per se, but they were able to secure mid lane. And Drake, unfortunately, Vacation is going to get snatched up yet again in terms of positioning, like you mentioned. But that's going to be almost 2 towers plus Drake there. This might be a silent. Oh, very close. Almost a silent kill there from Silent Elements.
A good shutdown coming out for XMB onto Silent. Didn't even know Silent had one. I wasn't paying attention to the map. But XMB once more proving to be a stalwart carry for Gloomblade. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Was a nasty position to be in. And that's going to be another old pop. Pop Blossom coming out here. It's going to be... Oh. And it's going to be the Jinx Rocket finishing them off from around town. A little bit of a bomba action there. Wow. Plays all across the map. How do we feel?
It's fantastic. Now this is the first time Gloom is in the lead in this game. SGV is still in a great position, but when we saw Gloom in just about the same position, meaning the 3 Drakes, the objectives all around, hold that XMB, going to find a nice catch here.
Either way, gonna come out. Oh.
To cut Rice Bowl up into Sushi and almost getting away with it as well too. Going to get the heal out, not too bad. That is one less summoner spell that they're gonna have to deal with. But like I was saying, Gloom was in a way stronger position than SGV was. This is a lead that can definitely be flipped. And now with that 1,000 gold in their pocket, in the jungle yet again, XMB doing God's work here. It's going to be a hard one for SGV to close out, and it was only about 2 minutes before I thought we were going to be getting to a game 3, but we might. Nice ultimate here, nice catch onto S2s. If it was Jinx, I would have been a lot better. We see Forez heading onto the top side here, trying to 1v1. The Pluto is in the realm of immune, but it's okay. We still chop him down. We see SGV pushing, almost getting the gate there.
No.
XMB going to bring him back, looking for a fight, but I don't know if this is the one you really truly commit to.
Jasper, please don't commit to the fight. It's gonna be XMB chopping away. It's gonna pull him back. It's gonna be another.
Pass is almost there as well too.
Wow, and that's
Ooh.
another Jinx rocket heading straight for your noggin.
That
I'm
was a
glad
close
Jasper
one.
got out, but this guy has got to stop committing to these fights, man. It's like I have high cortisol right now. it's really scaring me. But we can see Forez once again initiating another little tussle for Pluto in the top lane. And I think that she wins this now, but he's gonna run back to his tower, so.
Conqueror is procced as well too. You got the items in. You have Dad built. Dawn and Dusk is such a crazy item there, especially for all the on-hit benefits. That is going to be a hard duel to beat for sure. As we are headed towards the river here. We have a minute before the
Team
next
fight
drink.
brewing.
I don't think so just yet, but we do want to get this vision in control here. Seems SGV are going to be the ones to do it.
I'm excited to see when these top laners get involved with these team fights. It's about time. I'm looking at my watch. We got these TPs online. It's time to use them for this next Drake. It's soul points.
Pluto right now not in the healthiest position for an immediate TP play. Whereas also not in the best position either. Nature's Grab's going to go down. But it's okay, it's just a clone, but that one definitely isn't. The beautiful CC chain from the gate into the wave, into the root. That's going to find Rice Bowl yet again.
And top lane just brawling it out once more. Not gonna turn their head to the drag. And it's gonna look like some zoning action happening. Jasper initiating, punching XMB, but XMB's gonna dash out. And it's gonna be, I don't think anything capitalized quite yet for the side of SGV. But I think I'm just gonna quickly start this drag. I think they have good enough damage, and with silent elements kind of zoning them off. It could be a little sacrifice the mid laner to get this dragon. Oh,
it might
wow.
just be, but now this might be Gloom's fight to get back into it. The Hex Tech Soul will be secured, but at what cost?
Wow.
As Gloom is able to pick up 3 after the fight.
And now it's Baron.
Yep, setting their sights straight for Baron. I mean, there's nothing stopping them to go towards it. So I don't see why not. Also going to help Pluto out a lot. Forez going to ignite the ignite. Not going to be able to find a solo bolo, unfortunately. And will not be able to help contest against this Baron. Is going to recall though. But this is going to definitely fall to Gloom. XMB a little low. But got the smite. We're okay. It's not even close, baby. We are good to go. Like,
Gloomblade really playing the map well, playing for those objectives, and I mean, that fight for the dragon was definitely very sketchy on Stun Gaming's end, but the fight is not over yet. The game is not won for any side, and it's gonna be, I believe, some farm push. A little bit of a turtle, I would say, for Stun Gaming if they're smart, because they got Baron. It's time to protect these turrets. We've got a lot of turrets up on them, so if we can maintain matching these pushes, I think that we can deal with the Baron accordingly.
Yeah, no, 100%. It is going to still be an issue. This is a serious Dragon Soul to help SGV try to get themselves back into this game. They are there. It is very close. But I don't know right now. 2.7k gold lead says different. It's going to be
And
really up
especially
to...
late game. It's just Jinx Gaming. I'm worried. I'm definitely worried for Stun Gaming. They really need to close this out soon. Otherwise, it's GG's. And Pluto gonna get caught out here by Four as Jasper is there to back her up. Needle's
It's
gonna
okay.
come out.
We walk away.
Are we?
Uh-oh.
Are we?
Torres getting in front of him. Oh, not going to be able to ult away. Now the root there as well, too. Pluto panic ult.
Okay.
Now Pluto going to panic die.
I don't really think we needed the twisty vines there for that one, but it's okay.
Nah, just make sure. Icing on the cake.
Secure the kill, and that's one Baron buff down.
Yeah,
So,
we definitely take those.
We take it. And it doesn't look like they're able to push much with this Baron buff anyways, which feels good if you're on the side of Sun Gaming, because it's all about stalling
Right.
the scaling from Gloom.
Right. Let's see how they do here for this mid lane. Close. Oh. They do not get it. They now are going to try to set up for this next Drake, it seems. But 2 minutes away, that's going to be a lot of time to stall. Gwen able to push down into Pluto's side. But Pluto, 1100 extra bonus health from that Soul Furnace. That is a little ridiculous there. As we can check the stats there. From Silent, all about at 247 right now. And it's still a dangerous threat that's still going to continue to grow as we migrate into the late game.
Especially with this Hex Tech Soul, it's going to be super easy to get some chain reaction damage going from the Corki as well as the Malphite brawling. And I'm excited to see this Gwen join the fray, crossing my fingers.
Right. As we do see the approach here, nice lock from S2s. There's not going to be any follow-up from it. Don't expect a full commit on to the tank.
And I mean, they're getting Hex Tech procs just from his little minions, which is
just saplings being around there does a lot. And that was a huge chunk of damage there from just one sapling. Pushing forward a lot here. As now,
it's gonna get away, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to need to send two there to deal with him. And that's going to be a issue there for the side of Gloom. Let's see if they can respond to it.
I really like this. They have that top lane pressure, so Sion isn't allowed to leave unless they want to give up that tier 2 turret. The top lane, and initiation going to happen. XMB is in there, and it's going to be an ult to get out of that, but it's going to be a fire root and a double kill. Disgusting damage.
Nice.
Wow. And
beautiful
that
catch
looks
there.
like a free mid turret there. As Two's dangerously low and backing right in front of our eyes, but it's a Nico, so
yeah, it just
really
bait.
matter.
It's just bait. That should be a free inhib here. For the side of SGV.
And Gwen is still pressuring top lane.
Yep, really well played there. And yeah, the tempo just continue going. And Drake now going to spawn for the Elder. It seems that has been the call for both sides here. If SGV can secure this, I don't see why they will not be able to finally try to get this one out for us.
I'd love to see a jungle play here. We don't have to commit to the drag. A little bit of a cheese, one would say.
A little cheese on the sandwich.
As Two's all alone here, that's so delicious.
Never hurt nobody. Everybody loves cheese.
Oh, and it's like X and B backup coming in. It's gonna be a zone off. We'll see. Oh wow.
Forrest
nice. Coming in.
Gonna set the ult early
Papa's
vacation.
Gonna
be able to take down Nico there. SMB on the run as well,
Wow.
too. That's going to be 2. That's going to be Elder. That's going to be game 2. SGV feeling good. Now has to set their sights forward for this game 3.
Yeah, and I mean, they could have gone for the Baron here, but we're just going to go for that final mid push. And we'll kill anyone who tries to stop us. Beautiful work from Stunned Gaming, not allowing them to scale and really playing the map well. I have to say, as much as Jasper was scaring me in some of these team fights, really held down the fort. And doing their duty. Pluto is in the mix this time, though. Something we haven't seen quite yet this map. Let's see.
See
What could
how
happen?
well they do
Oh.
here. Looking at the base towers, they are looking ready to fall. The Dragon Execute passive is available to them as well too, so they just need to get them to about 10%. Baron buff is here, or excuse me, the minions are here. First base tower is going to fall. Jasper looking for the opening, is going to take damage and die, but it's going to be 2 for 2 right now. But now Foraz cutting through the rest of Gloom. They have to recall back. The rest of the towers fall. The next
What does it mean to be happy? Cause it looks like we all don't know. Glass half full or empty. Man, we just putting on the show. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like, what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside.
Ember Esports, we are back. I think this is now the third time I am saying it, but it is finally, finally do or die for both teams. We are in playoffs here. Ember, SGV up 1, Gloomblade up 1 as well, 2. Able to find the second game with, I wouldn't say relatively, not with relative ease, but wasn't too bad to say the least. They were at least able to adapt, come back a lot stronger, came out on top in picks and bans as well too. So as long as SGV can do it again, they should be able to come out on top. On the other hand, Gloom did fantastic. They were able to ramp and just push forward all the way through till the end of that first game. So there's a lot to be said, and it could be anyone's game still. How do you feel for both teams, Relucent?
Yeah, I mean, we're 1-1. Stunned Gaming being able to come back shows resilience. I really like that. We're getting a Nun draft pick once more. Sounds like a Janna. Janna coming out here. We got a first pick Cho'Gath on the board, as well as a Shin. I'm gonna assume top with a Kog'Maw. Senna, not Janna. Okay. And I mean, chat was waiting for the Kog'Maw to come out, and they're getting their wish. So I think that this is gonna be fun. We're seeing a Senna Braum, which, you know, I love Senna, but she's one of those ADC, not ADC champions. You know, she does all the ADC damage, builds some ADC items, but she's usually playing support so that she has easier time, you know, collecting those souls. We're gonna see a Victor blind pick with an Ari ban, which is okay. But in terms of comp, Shin has the facilities to do a lot of damage across the map, which I'm curious about, because while it is a threat, it has to be used with what? Like, with some wisdom.
Right. You have to have some withdrawal. You can't just go around. You can't just go around and just ult and hope for the best. You gotta win lane as well too. You can't just leave your lane to ult. Gotta have the execution down there as well. With that being said, on the other side, I like the Senna Braum. Senna does struggle from her passive not really working with her being support. We've seen in previous metas, we have the fasting Senna technique, where you don't really farm, but you let the minions die, so then you get the stacks. Either way, any ADC right now paired with Braum is disgusting. It really does not matter.
We're seeing the Lulu matchup, which I love Lulu. She's in a great place right now. And then we're seeing a Xerath pick on the other team as well. So again, Stunned Gaming with I would say is the Stunned Gaming MO. I watched the other team in another matchup, but Stunned Gaming Vortex picking up where the other Stunned Gaming team left off with so much CC in their hands. We've got the Cho'Gath silence and knock up, the Braum ultimatum and slow, the Xerath stun, the Garen silence. You're just gonna be denied a lot this game from Stun Gaming.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely have um a decent they have decent picks here to say the least. Overall though, I'm gonna have to say I think Gloom comes out on top here. I feel SGV really getting into their the bottom of the barrel here in their champion picks here as we look over to Gloomblade. Gloomblade is still looking very well. It just seems
Mhm.
like the lanes are to decide at Gloomblade. But on the other hand, SGV may be picking just for comfortability. And it's not like this isn't not possible with it. I just see the identity of Goomblade's team composition a little better than I do see SGV's.
I mean, Gloomblade, on the other hand, until we get to mid to late game, Kog'Maw not going to be able to do much damage, and I fear as though in this current meta, Victor and Aatrox and Shin don't do that much damage, but Shin is going to be the early damage dealer, but in a matchup against a Cho'Gath, I don't know if that really matters.
Yeah, I don't know. It matters on how big this Cho'Gath gets. And it's going to be a hard one to say the least for either end. But how do you feel for both teams here?
I feel like going into this, it's gonna be, a skill matchup. I don't know how to feel about the top lane per se.
Yeah.
But I will say in terms of damage output, I feel like Xerath can be a lot stronger in this early to mid game than Victor before Victor gets, his glorious evolution. Garen just, a strong pick. And I'm just not realizing that's a Garen jungle. Or it's the Cho'Gath.
I don't know, and that's where my issue was lying. That is the entire wrench in
Yeah.
this entire game plan here for SGV.
I feel like a Cho'Gath jungle could make sense if you're eating the jungle, but on the other hand, I feel as though in terms of, strength and scaling, it's easier for a Cho'Gath to scale in lane, whereas a Garen can be a little bit more solo bolo in the wild jungle.
Well, we shall see soon enough. Last game of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to go grab your snacks, grab your drinks, lock in, and grab your friends. Root for your favorite team. Let everybody know in chat, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. We will be back very soon. red. This is now the last game of the night. Put your hands in the air. Send your energy out for the frog and lizard. Let's go.
Lizard.
The star of the show. As we get on into it, it is your boy.
All right, guys, I'm going to start a controversy, and I'm going to say that each win came because they were on blue side.
I mean, blue side is win side. It was like it was a crazy number. From one league that I did, I think it was like almost 80% of victories. Was like from blue side, and then red side was like 20. It was something.
It's interesting to see the
crazy.
traditional 5-point, given the fact that waves crash so early now that like if you're invading in this meta, you are
Yeah.
you're interesting. Well, we will study you in a lab. Let's just say that.
It's unfortunate. I love invade. That's just me though, but.
Yeah, I mean, it just happened because of the TikTok iPad kids couldn't handle the long games. So they had to shorten it. Silent Element's taking a lot of damage in the mid lane early. Could be rough, but has those pots to invest. As well as health regen whenever you reach levels. So doesn't mean lane is lost quite yet. We're going to see some good stacking from Vacation here. But I have to say, I have my money on the Victor Sosa.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling gloom as well too. People were waiting for this Kog'Maw, and just looking over onto everything. It just on paper, it just looks a lot better. Aatrox is better in the top lane. I like Shen over Cho, Victor over Xerath, Kog and Lulu over Senna Brum. Here we go, big
Kog'Maw.
opening.
Just
Small baby
in.
dino.
Wow.
He is definitely a lizard now.
What an aura farm right there. Just a tiny
That
little Kog'Maw.
skin is so sick, though. I am excited to see how big he actually gets. I love how crazy that skin gets to look once he becomes
some good
a
damage
monstrosity.
coming from Silent. But nothing quite yet. I'm excited to see what the first blood comes. Pushed up is Pluto in the top lane there against Foras. We've seen Foras kind of hold their own in the top lane, but it might be a different story this time with this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like I said, Foras is a great player. It's gotta know if you're picking Garen in 2026, you gotta know the Garen matchup. Is a lot easier to pilot than Pluto.
Oh, wow.
But there goes that trade. Locked into the chains there as well.
Beautiful.
And that's about Pluto's lane now, till 6.
Yep. Some beautiful trades from Pluto there. Just really knowing how to pilot Aatrox. I mean, that's some Aatrox tech right there. I tried to play Aatrox once. I couldn't pull that off. I'm telling you that right now. But chill bot lane as per usual. It's not quirky this time, so it's gonna be a little bit of a scaling game for both Kog'Maw and that Senna.
It just shows the complexity a bit between both characters.
A little bit of BM there from Char.
Not too bad. It's not it helps for Garen. Garen game 1, you definitely can pick up Garen on a first game and really just go crazy with him. Aatrox, I mean, you can game 1, but your first game with Aatrox compared to your 20th game with Aatrox would look night and day, honestly. But with an easier character to pilot, you can then look at other things. You know, there's plus and minuses to it. It's really a battle of simple to complex up there as well too. So let's see who comes out on top there.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm liking these trades from Silent Elements. It makes me feel a bit more confident about stun gaming, but that sustain from Vacation really proving to be kind of oppressive. I mean, Lulu, I've seen some Lulu builds that are a little bit crazy, but I really hope she builds that Bandle Glass Mirror up front to get that nice shielding to kind of match the healing that comes from that Senna. We'll see though. I really like this Braum pick. Braum pick is just so strong right now, especially in these CC heavy kind of comps. Really good answer.
I would agree as well too. Braum makes any ADC feel that much better. Also being able to frontline, you can't ask for much more out of a support here. And now the wave gonna be pushing very slowly in the top side here. And Foraz really feeling the mode here into this Pluto matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely oppressive. And that's just what you get for being a Garen player. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Oh, you cannot be playing Garen in 2026, my brother.
It's a hard one. It is definitely a hard one. Hopefully they can continue weathering out the storm, and figure things out. It is even so far.
You know,
Garen-
the Shin jungle is a new one for me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm interested to see that. Cho'Gath also not really familiar with their game there. I mean, obviously it's top lane in the jungle meta right now, so you can literally play any top laner you want in the jungle. But it'll be fun to see these ganks. I think that Shin has more gank ability than a slow little Cho'Gath. But we'll see. If people are overextended, anything can happen.
100%. It's still an even game just across the board. SGV just winning in terms of lane.
Oh, and Jasper again with these solo freaking drags, man. I just got my cortisol back. I just ate a nice little dinner.
Nope.
And this is what you're doing to me, man.
Yep.
Third game of the series, and we're just gonna solo drag for fun.
And we're gonna don't have level 6 either, so not even gonna use it for a stack. I mean, it's secured, it's safe, we take it, whatever.
Okay.
We just continue moving,
For the first time in forever, my guy gets that. Shoot, I mean, I can't be mad. He got it. I'm gonna take a deep breath and let
that's
it. I'm gonna let
just
it go.
let it lock. Yep, that's it.
Ooh,
Whatever.
letting it ride, but okay, we're gonna lock back in here. We got the bot lane here. Both have 6, but the Victor Sosa taking a lot of damage. You can't be doing that in the vacation. Just sustaining all the poke from Lulu. It's looking rough, and Flores here caught out in this kind of jungle bush here. And it's gonna be a little bit of a delayed gank, but there's 3 to answer here with the Shin as well coming in. But let's see where this pans out. Nothing quite gonna hit, and it's gonna be a 1-2 and scatter, I would say.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think we're just gonna try to exchange, trade some blows, and just kind of push forward onto it. It is going to be one Void that's scooped already. Also for the side of SGV, as we do see Vacation pushing forward with Rice Bowl, as Toos and Victor Sosa on the escape.
Wow. Just a free Void Grubs as well, uncontested. And this is exactly what Stun Gaming did last time. They got them that win. The pop coming out, the ult popped here. And Victor Sosa investing that barrier to get this pick. First blood gonna go to Rice Bowl.
They're gone.
Oh, and a double kill.
Hey, the chat gets what chat wants. And Victor Sosa just tearing apart that bot lane. It was looking well for them so far. We're gonna have to hold that thought there. Silent Elements going to TP on a down, reset the wave for their bot lane.
I like that we're playing the map here, trying to make up.
Oh,
does
Can
he
he
have
go for 3?
ult?
He has Flux. It's open. 1, 2, 3. Gets the shield, keeps himself sustained. Not even close, baby. Gonna have to use the ults to keep. To keep the souls alive. But hey, we take those. We definitely take those.
And I believe it's called Wild Growth is a Lulu ult. I thought it was transmogrify, but I think that's just the polymorph.
That's what she says. I think. I think when you polymorph, she says that. Like transmodify. Like.
Wow, that Aatrox tech is. Oh, what a stun from Silent. It's gonna be an ult investment from Char, but not gonna get much value from it. Just a wee bit of damage, but I think it could hit a QW combo there and get the same amount from what that ult did.
Just about.
Ugh,
Just about. A
unfortunate.
nice CS lead in at the mid lane as well. But now this Victor Souza pickaxe, with the bow as well too. It's got to be feeling pretty good after that one.
And I mean, we have Victor on the board, and then we have the player, the Victor Sosa. So I think to discern it, we're gonna say Victor instead of Victor. Thoughts?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's actually really funny that we have. Oh yeah, we got Sosa. We got Sosa in the bot lane. There you go. There you go.
So then not to confuse everyone there at home.
Uh-huh.
But the CS, man, is just a little lacking here on the side of Gloom.
Yeah, there's definitely a deficit occurring just because of farm. So kids at home, take notes. Farm is important.
Please.
Oh,
we're
a
gonna
nice
get an
little
attack
gank
here.
from Jasper.
Can he do it? The World
Oh.
Ender looking for the 1v1. The Stand United is going to come, but it's going
Oh,
to
no.
fall too late. The double execute
Flash
going
gonna
to
have to
force
be-
XBM
yeah.
to flash there. Really nice work.
Some great work from the side of SGV. Gonna give them a little bit of wiggle room because of that little deficit we pointed out earlier. And I mean, I think that in top lane, just having that jungle hover
Yeah.
is gonna really give them an advantage. So I think that if they're smart about this, Cho'Gath should be playing that top side.
Yeah. Also, with that gold lead, going to now proxy out a bit, get themselves a little further ahead. I gotta give it to Foraz as well too. Check out the build. Already has the Executioner's Blade, the anti-heal already built into his kit. You love to see it. And that's just knowing the matchup. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're playing Garen in 2026, you gotta know that matchup through and through.
Yeah.
And now you can kind of focus on two other things now. You don't have to make sure that you Q1 into your Q2 into your chain to make sure your Q3 lands. I hit Q, I spin, are you low? I R. Alright, what's the rest of my team doing? Like, it opens up, it opens your mind to the rest of the map and to just focus on to other things rather than just getting into the 1v1 situation.
Some beautiful slow, and I will have to take note that that Lulu slow does deny a lot of movement. And we're gonna see an angle
yeah.
for this drag here. It's gonna be a
Ooh.
test of who can position better, especially because that Shin is a close quarters champion. Once you commit to a fight, it's kind of hard to get out. A nice polymorph. Jasper gonna get that knock up though, and the Victor Sosa low on mana can't really do much here. I don't know.
That's true.
It's not looking like a good fight for them to take, but Char is here to pick up the slack in terms of damage. As I just lost my train of thought, but Lulu coming in, gonna get some good slows, but taking so much damage. It's gonna be the Victor Sosa trying to kite this out. No mana though. TP. Oh, I mean the ult gonna
Nice.
come out, and it's gonna be for us coming in to secure this
Oh,
drag, but Pluto is
but
also here to
comes
match
Pluto.
it. Vacation falling, a double kill, and it's just rough. It's so rough. Aura's gonna get one onto Aztos before falling to a
Let's go,
triple
Pluto.
kill.
Let's go,
for
Pluto.
Pluto. Wow, wow, wow.
He's got
and
four.
Jasper
He's got
is this
four. He's
tiny
got
little
four.
guy. Oh my days. Quadra kill. For Pluto is gonna set him nicely when he goes back to lane there. And for us, oh buddy, it's gonna be rough.
Just a slight top diff in that recent skirmish there.
It's not bro's fault. If the ADC had mana, there would have been a different story. But unfortunately,
Gotta check. This has got to be communicated. This is it comes down to in competitive league, we win together, we lose together. Either way, we do it together. And there goes Pluto saying, nah, I'd win. And it goes into an insane 1v4, showing us why he is the true world ender. It was looking great for Foraz on the top side, but now with that Thunder Sky built in, the Doran's Blade, with that little bit of sustain plus the longsword, that is going to be a evil demon to deal with in the top side. On the other hand, though, SGV able to secure the Rift Herald, still has objective control. With Voids, it's not all sunshine for Gloom just yet. It's still anyone's game.
It's also interesting to note that, you know, Char opted for the chain-laced crushers, some tenacity boots, rather than, you know, ability haste or magic pin, which I find interesting. But maybe Char's just fed up with all that stuns. You know,
there's a lot
that's
of
stunned
CC.
Gaming's MO, and she's had enough.
There's a lot of CC on the board. So, yeah, no, I understand that as well. A little unfortunate. Is going to take some damage out of his arsenal. I don't know if it's going to matter per se. But we shall see for sure.
Yeah, XNB hovering topside again. I really like this from Gloom here, and a lot of trades coming out, but I mean, Stun Gaming is coming out on top in terms of bot lane trades there. It's just the sustain from Senna. It's so good. Some good trades, and it's just, you know, that's just Sundered Sky.
Right.
You know, doing its work there, and so much damage coming out. Ludo is gonna be the raid boss in this one.
Oh, yeah. It is the call there as we head over onto the bot side there. Vacation going to have to keep the sustain up. XMB is here on the rotate, going to be caught onto the ward in a river, going to retreat on back, but is he really though? The heal to reset and get that bit of movement speed. Victor on the rotation, a laser coming down. It's 4-3 for the red side. Rift Herald will be summoned in a bot lane. SGV driving it up yet again. Going around town, Tokyo drifting as we have a basketball for 3 silent elementals all the way from behind the pit is going to find a kill. Char will find Jasper. Rift Herald's going to find a mid lane. Overall, I think that was up for SGV.
That was, you know, Jasper and these Rift Heralds, man. High cortisol gaming, I have to say.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd be stressed too if he was my teammate.
I mean, he was drifting that thing. That was impressive driving.
I'm not gonna lie, it was nice. But what are you doing? Lock it? No.
I mean, he was going for that tower and realized, yeah, there's no way I get out
100%.
of this if I pop out.
Right.
Good stun from Silent Element. Char with the tenacity boots. Not gonna be stunned for quite as long. A nice little counterplay, I guess. But, you know, right now, Gloom is coming out on top.
For sure. It's still anyone's game. It's only 1,000 gold lead right now. Everyone is still very close. The biggest gold lead is in the top lane, and it's really, granted, it is a big lead, but it's only 1,000 gold lead. It's still a lead that anyone can overcome. But it seems Vacation may get the first tower here. Almost dying for it. Gonna have to go coast there. Char getting a little overzealous there. Seeing the Vacation and just seeing red. Almost gonna be able to get that solo kill. And a Vacation, unfortunately, just not going, or is going to miss just a bit there on that tower.
I mean, just the sustain there. So cheese. But Aztos here to answer the Braum. Time to match because drag is up, guys.
Let's see.
Jasper, please don't flash into pit once more.
Well, I think there's people here now already. So I don't think he's just gonna blind start for it. We are gonna see the ghost get popped there as he does look for an approach, doesn't find the angle he was really looking for there. As now we rotate over, the gates going down from Victor. As both teams holding out right now. Gloom holding out
Oh,
the river
Flores just got a
position,
solo bolo
and
top lane.
Flores, yeah, being able to handle
Oh,
that
my.
and yeah, reset, stabilize the gold for them. Insane work overall. And again, it's still the battle is simple or complex in the top side, as now it may seem that SG or Gloom may want to not commit to the Drake, knowing Flores is available, and a first tower will fall to SGV, and then now this second Drake may go right into their pocket as well too.
Wow, just beautiful work across the map. I mean, you have to give Forge credit. I mean, that's not a team thing. That's the solo match.
Just a
like,
slight
micro.
top diff, you know, nothing
Just a little
new.
bit.
Just a
Not
little
even
bit.
like, not even a diff, but just being able to come back
Slight.
from
Slight.
a fed Aatrox is disgusting work to see for sure. Because I mean, Aatrox, if you don't feed him, he's like the most useless champ ever. In my
It's always the
opinion.
worst too, cause Flores did very well in their lane, not feeding him 4 kills, for Pluto to roam to get those kills, to then come back to lane with those kills. Man, yeah, I'd be a little upset too. Either way, hey, we got it. Everything is just about even. We picked up the Drakes. We have 2 towers right now. SGV back in the lead, but again, it's not a huge lead where we saw in these previous games. This is anyone's game right now.
no.
As2's on the run. As2's getting poked. As now we head over to the top side. Flores getting demolished there.
Wow. The ult's gonna be popped from Shard. Does Shard know how to pilot the ult? So you know you can recast it
Pluto
to make
with
it
the
follow
TP.
him. Oh my!
Gets
the
a
TP
double
is
kill
huge.
across the map. No
Wow.
way. Under United we stand. XMB gonna follow up there as well. The map presence from the side of Gloom is disgusting. And Silent Elements will fall victim. And next to Gloom shenanigans, as now 3 members are down. Pluto now looking at the bot lane tower, and while all this chaos was going on, SGV sees their chance, seizes it, and it takes down that mid tier 3 tower.
I mean, all across the map there are plays happening. I like the way they pivoted from losing that fight to that mid tower. But I mean, it's just
What's up?
wow. It's just, raid boss after raid boss. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for, the ADCs to come online here. I know that
There we
Cog can
go.
do some serious damage. Wow. Aura is just so quick with those Swifties, and that's going to be a quick work done of
Right.
Pluto. That's
Already.
that's the Garen Gaming. Yep.
2,000 health regain negated by the way of that Executioner's Blade. Definitely getting his gold's worth out of that thing. Cannot be upset with the results that we have in the top side. And yeah, with Pluto being being taken off the board, I feel this is a great call here. Already a man down. This should be a no contest Baron and help SGV stabilize a lead, and hopefully that will push them into the end of the game here. XMB looking close, but no cigar. As he shoves on in, it's still a 5v4. They're going to have to retreat back. Do they have the disengage? We're not sure. The TP coming in. I think they are all okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna stabilize here. Ult coming out, maybe trying to get a kick onto as Oz, but it's not gonna connect. And yeah, I mean, a solid play from Stun Gaming to get them back, closer to even on the board. I mean, it's really a push and pull. This might be the fight of a lifetime to stay in the tournament.
Yeah, you can tell both teams are hungry. Both teams definitely have fire in their eyes. As we, it's still anyone's game here as we are pushing towards the 25-minute mark. So how are you feeling with this game so far?
I mean, I really just want to see, wow. I mean, and I just said that Jasper, with these so aggressive and, not really being punished for it as much this time because he's so big and strong. And I mean, AP Cog though, or not AP Cog, but just Kog'Maw in general doing some fat bit of damage. I'm waiting for this kiting space gliding guy to come online because then Jasper's gonna feel the wrath of what it means to step up a little bit too far on the ADC. But I don't know if they have the same front line without Pluto on the board. It's gonna be a little bit harder for them to fight this. XB taking a little bit of damage, gonna go in for that stun coming out. So much CC coming from Stun Gaming. I mean, so much delay, so much stall from Stunned Gaming to keep them from capitalizing a early Zerathol to get some damage out. It's gonna connect. XB gonna have to dash out, and they're alive, but for how much longer? They're looking dangerously low, and look at the health bars of Stunned Gaming. It's just not enough. There's gonna have to be some kind of miracle here, maybe a TP, but it might be free dragon if
I think
they're
so
not careful.
too.
Wow, look at that damage.
Ratio going to hold the rest of the team back. 17k left onto Earth Drake. Gloom has to retreat back. Everyone close to death there. And yeah, just kind of showing the survivability and the sustain SGV has. Also damage. And there goes Jasper becoming that much bigger of a monstrosity. 6 stacks on the guy. We were a little mad at him that he wasn't becoming the big monster that he is, but now he is definitely, yeah, he's hulking out, man. And it's gonna be a tough one. Also, the fact that it is Mountain Soul, so that's gonna be extra resistances for this already pretty beefy team from Foraz, Jasper, and Rice Bowl, which just allows Silent and Vanna to do their job that much easier.
Honestly, I'm feeling like Stun Gaming at this point in the game is gonna come out on top simply because I don't think XMB can match the tankiness of Jasper and Foraz.
No, I do not think that they can. Pluto can still do the damage and get through them, but that window of him being able to be that demon is closing sooner rather than later. So if they're gonna do anything, the time is coming up very soon as they get into a fight very quickly there. Red Tower will fall. SGV finding another one, and now Pluto is here, able to get onto the back line there. Has to flash away.
They tried to dive that back line. I liked the idea, but not going to be able to capitalize off of that. And it's going to be an angle, just like an angle fest here, trying to find something, trying to capitalize. But at this point in the game, I think the play is over, and we're going to reset.
Like I mentioned earlier, just a few moments ago before that skirmish, it's going to be a lot harder to find SGV caught unaware. With these Mountain Drakes being stacked, it's going to be that much harder for Pluto to get. He found a great angle there onto the back line, but they stayed alive way too long for them to find the regroup and get the team back all together.
Yeah, I really want to see some really great map presence from our top laners here. And in general, we need just one more Drake for Gloom. They can get Soul, I think, Stun Gaming, but if they could at least get one more buff, I think it would maybe set them up a little bit more for this late game. It's hard to match, 4 drags to 1.
Yeah, and again, I mentioned it a little earlier there. Nice damage. Pluto at 50.
They denied that TP, I believe.
That might have been as well. Nope, TPs are all still available.
Oh, just a bag, but just being stinky, which I honestly love to see. It keeps it interesting around here. The denial, being a little mosquito in the ear, and we'll see Foraz here trying to go for that bot turret, but Char gonna deny it, and I think that's gonna be the name of the game for Char with that humongous AOE stun. really going to be about denial here.
Let's see, only a minute left for the last Drake. The longer this game goes, the more scale SGV gets as well too. And it's seeming to be a pretty easy transition into the late game for them. I would like to see Gloom do something before this Drake spawns. Hopefully, maybe get a pick or a catch in the jungle. But it just seems that SGV has other plans for them. Is going to continue applying the pressure here, forcing them to have to kind of play into this game. Where, again, I said it earlier, it's the worst being in this spot. Because no matter what you're doing, in the next 40 seconds, you have to be at Drake.
We'll see, and we have a lot of ults on the board for this Drake. It really will be a test of positioning, spacing, and, you know, timing ults, because just because you invest in ult does not mean you win the fight. So we'll see here. XMB really dashing in there, not gonna be able to leave, stunned out, but oh wow,
nice
Jasper.
Three-man knockup going to land for Jasper, but now Jasper going to fall victim of Pluto, as now it's a 4v5. The flash stun or the flash taunt coming in for XMB, not going to find its mark. This should secure at least stop SGV from securing Dragon Soul.
Look at that
but
damage.
Now,
maybe they can
they might be able to get this back. 3K and a fading. Looks for the steal, almost gets it, but the smite secure from XMB is going to be there. But now, on the other hand, SGV, through amongst all the chaos, when things don't go their way, they just push and get a tower.
Yeah.
So overall, they're still winning on small trades.
Yeah, I really like this. I really like the way Stun Gaming plays, and they're really good at, you know, taking their losses and being able to capitalize somewhere else instead. I love that from them, as well as, you know, Gloom here doing exactly what I said they needed to do, and getting that dragon sets them at a good pace, as well as getting some more food to put in their pocket, you know, a little bit more money.
100%. While everything is just about even here, Gloom finding a little bit of reprieve and finds themselves an extra 5 minutes into this game. Now can start setting the vision, start trying to gain an advantage here, and hopefully set themselves up now for a lead. This game league is more of a tennis game. The ball's just going back and forth between our two teams.
Yeah, and I mean, this is so much more fun to watch, I would say, than, you know, a hard-won fight on the map 1 or map 2. If we're gonna see another ult invested here, we're just spamming ult at this point. And that's okay. I mean, they have ability haste, as well as the experimental hex play online for Sosa. Gonna be really, really OP on the Cosmo character. But yeah, Foraz and Pluto back in the top lane. Man brawling. We'll see who comes out on top here. But it looks like Pluto does more damage right now. And it's gotta be... I don't even know, man. I mean, the Ginsus, maybe. But at the same time, Phantom Dancer and Stridebreaker are really nice. So, who am I to judge? 7-3-1 versus 3-2-1.
Right. The top laner abuser of yesterday versus the top lane abuser of today. It is just, again, a battle of Chads up there, and it has been insane. The only lead really so far, again, is in the jungle, but actually now to the side of Jasper, XMB leading in the past 2 games between the two players. Feels a little bit different here, definitely, as we only have about 2 minutes left.
Okay, that's BM.
Oh yeah, you should. You have to.
Jasper is just continuously,
That's
you know,
aura.
taking a lot of space, which I think is good, but also could be easily punished if not careful. But I guess it wasn't, so he was allowed to emote there, which is fine. Foraz just honestly has a lot more sustain, it looks like, in terms of his passive. there. So we'll see a fight for Baron. We're angling. Maybe. No.
I think this is the right call here. I think we should push lanes, apply as much pressure as possible. We have Forest in the top lane as well too. A two-level advantage too. So I think this is the right call. And see if we can siege this tier 2 in the
Not
top
gonna
lane.
happen.
If not, at least force them to play our game. We don't want them to play a front and back game. If we can get a nice angle onto the cog mall or
Yeah.
on to Char, it's a nigh guaranteed victory, especially if we can do it under Pluto's nose. On the other hand, Pluto
Wow.
just needs to find a right angle. But
Beautiful.
speak of a right angle, Jasper J pushing forward, finds the ult, gets to eat the Evolution King himself.
No.
Now Gloom on the back foot here. Foraz now going to push on the pedal and not push on the brakes and apply as much pressure as they can in the top lane there.
Wow.
As you now see the 3-man push in the mid. Gloom trying to take a playbook out of take a page out of SGV's playbook and
It's not
try
gonna
to get
work.
something. But yeah, unfortunately,
Silence
they're gonna
just has
not
some
gonna
really
get
good
it.
wave clear.
Yep.
Yeah,
8
and I mean,
stacks.
it's time to just push if you're Jasper. So many people waiting to be eaten, and so much
Oh, yeah.
damage coming out. Really online, the ult's gonna come out,
Nice.
Silent getting one. It's beautiful. It's the slows coming out. XB gonna have to dash out. And if I'm Pluto,
Whoa!
Yeah.
Nice shooting Tets! Able to
Wow.
land 2 out of those 4 shots on the 2 champions. That's going to be 3. The Temple pushing forward. SGV
wow.
are only a few steps left of closing this one out and keeping their playoff series alive.
and I mean, this is insane. This is a reverse sweep, is it not?
Right? Yeah? Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful resilience being shown here. The inhib going down, the bot turret as well, and it's a siege to remember. The stun coming out from Sharp, it's not enough to delay anything. They're just so beefy right now. Foraz going in, doing so much damage just by spinning. The ult gonna come out, not gonna catch, not gonna connect, but there's so many people hitting the Nexus. Can they kill them in time? It's not gonna be enough, and it's gonna be last map for Stun Gaming with the reverse sweep.
Beautiful,
Oh my.
beautiful work. The back and forth between these two teams. Both teams wanted it, but SGV wanted it just a little bit more. Able to
Yeah.
come back from the deficit and come back on top. SGV
Yeah.
still alive in Ember League's playoffs. GG's to
GG's.
both teams, though. A beautiful match for both, and you really can't be upset with the fight Gloom gave there at the end.
I mean, it was so crazy. I mean, the fact that like Gloom just looked so dominant that first matchup, and it was like, okay, can Stun Gaming come back from it? And it felt like they kind of pulled it out of their back pocket that they won that second. But with this third matchup, it proved that they really knew how to play that macro, and they kind of reined it in. And I think the adjustment that they made in that early game that they didn't see in that first map was, how active they were with those ganks and with those early fighting. And it proved to be fruitful. Really great damage. You can see Xerath was online there.
that was our game plan, game 2 and 3, and it worked out.
Yeah, for sure. And in the bot lane, you played that Senna, and I mean, I commented on it off stream, but obviously you didn't hear that. And I haven't seen an ADC Senna in a while. I was gonna ask you, is that something that you play often, or is that like in your guys' playbook at all? What was the story behind that pick?
We have one scrim on Senna, and this game I was just like, I
Okay.
want Senna. So it
Mhm,
was kind of a last minute pocket pick, but I'm a believer in the pick, and I think it did pretty well
mhm.
besides me hitting a few times. I had a gold lead pretty much the entire game, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, this was a lower bracket run, and now you're back in it. You survived. How does that feel? And going into further in the bracket, what are you looking for as a team?
Uh, we had a shaky start in the tournament. The roster had a few changes and complications. I'm sure everyone noticed. So we're just trying to get our synergies down. Even now we're playing with a jungle sub. Not really sure what's going on there. But our goal is just run the gauntlet, 5 wins in a row, clean it up, win the tournament. Just whatever team wants to do. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I mean, with the reverse comeback of this series, I think you guys can do it again. I mean, in the entire bracket, I think it's entirely possible. You guys showed resilience, and I mean, especially with those roster changes, it's really impressive what you've been able to do with a jungle substitute. And I'm excited to see what will happen once you guys really lock in that roster and lock in those scrims for sure. I'm super excited to see where Stun Gaming goes next. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for speaking with me, Vacation.
Thank you for
Any
having me.
last words?
Um, Shout out Stun Gaming. Shout out my coach Sean. Shout out the boys and girls. And thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Really impressive reverse sweep from Stud Gaming, keeping them in the bracket run for Ember Esports. That's it for tonight, folks.
Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I, spending the night, chasing forever.